Stay tuned to meet two of America's top trial lawyers, Andrew Garza and Ryan McKeen.
Welcome to the YouTube channel of Michael J. Swanson. Michael is the author of How David Beats Goliath and is the CEO of Advocate Capital. And now, here's Michael.
Andrew Garza and Ryan McKeen are first-generation lawyers with a common goal: to help and empower those who have been wrongfully injured or killed. Ryan McKeen received his Bachelor of Arts from Framingham State University and his Juris Doctor from Western New England University. He was the first person in his family to graduate from a four-year college. Ryan became a lawyer after being injured in a car accident through no fault of his own and experiencing the unconscionable way insurance companies treat victims. He understands that his clients come to him scared, hurt, and confused, and he strives to make the law accessible and to empower his clients throughout the legal process. Andrew Garza received a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Connecticut. He graduated cum laude from the New England School of Law, where he was a New England scholar and served on the executive board of the New England Law Review. Andrew understands what it means to overcome adversity. He grew up in public housing in Groton and worked his way through college and law school by waiting tables and tending bar. He has devoted his practice to helping those who are most vulnerable to obtain justice. And now, Andrew Garza and Ryan McKeen. Andrew, Ryan, how are you today?
Good. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We know how busy you are helping your clients all day long. So thanks for joining us and telling us a bit of your story. But I also know that you are really experts in the area of car accident cases. You've developed quite a reputation about that. And in fact, there's a case that I think you wanted to tell us about. It was Ellis versus Philhut. Can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, sure. We represented a plaintiff, a gentleman named Kevin Ellis, who was a truck driver at the time. And what he did is he sold his motorcycle to a friend. He drove the motorcycle across town, dropped it off, and his friend was giving him a ride back. And in the course of driving back, a young kid decides to pass some vehicles, cross the double line, hit our client head on, causing catastrophic injuries. And they hired us to work the case.
Wow. So did it go to trial, or what kind of result did you get?
What we have in Connecticut is we have an interesting statute, Michael. We have a prejudgment remedy statute that allows us to actually say that insurance is inadequate, and so what we're going to do is pursue personal assets. So what Andrew and I did is really two things. One, we did a really thorough investigation of the case. We found that there was dash cam footage from one of the cars that the defendant had passed. We had our investigator out. We immediately obtained that dash cam footage, which was just devastating, showing a life-altering collision. We also really worked to get to know the family and get to know our client, Kevin, really well. I mean, visiting him in the hospital, visiting him at rehab, sitting at his kitchen table, understanding the magnitude of what he had been through. And when we had those things, we brought an aggressive action against the defendant, saying that the insurance coverage, which was $2.25 million, was not adequate. There was a co-plaintiff in the case we sold the motorcycle to, and so we had a contested hearing, and the insurance company said, no, the insurance here is adequate. And we said, absolutely not. After a contested hearing, the judge ruled in favor of us. We went out, we froze some bank accounts, put a lien on the house, and when we did that, the insurance company saw that they were in trouble, and they paid the Ellis family full and fair compensation for his injuries, entering the policy.
Wow. So that's what it took in terms of leverage to get them to do the right thing.
Well, and that's a tool that a lot of lawyers in Connecticut don't know exists, and that's something that we've developed a fair level of expertise at. And because it's our opinion that the standard of care isn't just the best result for your client. If you can get that best result in 2 months instead of 2 years, you owe it to your client to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. So, well, thank you for sharing that. I don't think most people understand that plaintiff lawyers only get paid when they take stuff away from somebody else, and it's a constant battle to get insurance companies to do the right thing. It's a shame you have to go to such extreme lengths to make that happen. But thank you for telling us that story today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Send your questions or comments to Michael at mike@howdavidbeatsgoliath.com.